All right, let's settle down. This young man, he's out of South Carolina, Summersville, South Carolina, to be exact. He's a co-founder of his organization called Crew, CREW. And matter of fact, ask what that stands for. You're gonna love it. He's a great husband. He's got his lovely wife on here. He's a man on a mission to get RVP done. That's right, ASAP. Him and his wife's favorite group is called Coldplay. He's an amazing father. He was a born leader, and he loves Porsches. And he loves that. More important than all that, he loves helping people on his team. Did we give a warm welcome to none other than the regional director, Mr. Curtis Evans?
Hey, everybody. My name is Curtis Evans. Really happy to be with you all. I really enjoyed last week's group of people that every week is really good. Last week was an exceptional group. And like he said, he started off with the president of the company. And I'll just go over a couple of things that he said that was most important to me. One of them was he's not thinking about retiring. Yeah, that was important to me because, the co-founders they have enough, money, muchu. They've done their hard work. Anybody worked 30 years and got to where they've gotten to in the world. Four very, very, very poor guys in Detroit in an apartment trying to figure out how to do something big. And I think we all have to agree they did good. And yet, after all of that, he said he's still having fun. And that his vision for the company, and I think Al asked him what was his vision for the company, and he said he could see how big this was going to be in the future. So I got excited again about being a part of something that's going to be that big. Someone in our organization, maybe one of the people on this call today, it could be Brian Baker, it could be Mary Perez, it could be Jackie Vincent, a new IBO that just signed up. We could my first cousin, by the way, and it could be Darlene, it could be Amanda, it could be someone on this call is going to have an organization that is as big as ACN is today. Now, if you need your imagination stretched, that means you have enough IBOs and customers in the system that pays you a fat, big residual check every month. And I'm not talking about just what you and your organization put together, what the company so far has put together. And that's all because of the world that we live in right now. And I'll explain that in just a little bit. And I got a couple of videos to show you because it's going to take some energy to get to where we want to get to. Now, he kept talking about SVP. And what he said is that anybody that wants to be an SVP, we can tell if you're serious because you're at the conventions. He asked Al, how many did you miss? He asked all of the SVPs, how many did you miss? They said, we didn't miss any. And so the first thing comes to your mind, well, if they've already been to the conventions, they've seen everybody speak, why don't they don't need to go. But when you get there, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's hard to explain this. It's like going to a concert. You can't explain it to nobody. And so the SVP position is certainly something we want. And he said the lifestyles, he didn't really bring it out this way, but I'm sure he sees the checks that leave that place every month, the residual checks and the bonus checks. And the lifestyle that SVPs and RVP platinums get is outrageous. I want you to want to be an RVP platinum. That's my goal. My goal is, and first I got to get there. RVP platinum. I want you to want to be an RVP platinum. For somebody else to want you to be there, that's one thing, but you got to want to be there. And so today what we're going to talk about is what does it take to get there, because that's a really great position, and also SVP. And then they have another position called SVPP. So these are some really, really great positions to strive for. So what does it take to get there? And do you have enough gas in your tank to get there? And I would say that everybody on this call today has enough of it. Okay. Now let's talk about the field. And so I decided to take a look at a few people that have done real well. That's not even in a network marketing. It's not. This is a unique business. Now I'll tell you why. You may run into someone, and I learned this from my old Excel days. I'll bring those up from time to time. You may run into someone that's just making a lot of money, lives in a really big house, really fine cars. They take a lot of trips. They're on Facebook in all the different countries and all that. because of the work that they're doing in some field. It could be a medical field. It could be in and being an attorney. It could be someone that owns a lot of businesses. Someone that has a, they're just doing real well. Them and their wife, or girlfriend, or boyfriend, or whoever, they're all doing very, very well. And you may be reluctant to talk to them, and they may even throw a snipe at you, like what? Oh, you don't know. Do you know who you're talking to? I make 400,000 a year. I make 500,000 a year. But I learned this a long time ago. And with posture, Al talks about using posture, because we're not trying to talk anybody into anything, but we need to stand our ground, okay? Because you are in network marketing. I mean, be proud of that, number one. And you have the ability to help a lot of people do very, very well. So just with posture, ask them this question. How much of your income, don't tell me how much you make, but how much of your income is residual? That's the key. I mean, how much is residual? If I won the lottery yesterday and I won $1 million, how long would it take me to spend $1 million? All I have to do is write one check and I'm broke again. Okay? So if it's not residual income means that on the 15th of the month, AC is going to send you a big fat residual check, a big check. And guess what happens if you blow that? You write a check and cover that. Let's say, I'm not going to say what the quantity would be. Let's say 10,000. Let's say it's 20,000. Let's say it's $30,000, whatever your residual check is. And you just wrote a check and paid for something, bought something, took care of that. Guess what happens the next month? Y'all know what's going to happen the next month? Another check. Okay? That's a unique builder. So we can work really hard in this industry and create something special, something called residual income. That is our goal, is to create residual income. Now, on the way to getting your residual income, you have to go through the bonus system. There's a unique bonus system that we have here. And I was in Excel for many a year, and I seen the bonus system they had there. This one is like crazy. So they pay bonus checks every week, and then in the middle of the month, there's a residual check. And as you grow your bonus checks, as they grow and grow and grow and grow, then you'll see a residual check growing in the background. And that's a check. As long as those customers are on the service, I mean, as long as they pay their light bills, as long as they pay their cell phone bills, as long as they pay their internet bills, as long as they pay their health bills. I mean, these are bills that people are going to pay anyway. This is a simple system. We need to sign up a group of customers that are our customers. I have customers in the system that you guys could not sign up. You went, knocked on their door, called them, wrote a letter to them, begged them, pleaded them. You could not get them as a customer because they're my customers. Al has a set of customers that I can't get. I could have never got those customers. And we go on and on and on. So let's go and gather our customers. And the way we do that was faith is I need your help, favor, and try. Okay? I need your help. First, start off with that. I need your help, favor, or do me a favor and try my service. Okay? A lot of people are willing to help you with something. I'm starting a business that I'm trying to get my son through college. I'm telling why you're doing what you're doing. I want to retire early. And then be quiet. And they'll say, well, what do you want? And they're thinking you want to borrow some money. They're thinking, oh my, he's going to ask for 5,000, 1,000, 500, 800. I don't have no money. And then you come out with what? I need you to try my what? My internet service. I need you to try my home security service. And they say, oh, that's it. Yeah, I was thinking about getting a security service. You have a, and it's just that simple. But we don't need to sell. We just need to ask for their help. And they will stay on the service because what? They're helping their brother, sister, uncle, aunt, best friend. That's one part of it. And the other part of it is, are you open to making any money around your busy schedule? Are you open to making any substantial money around your busy schedule? And then some people are yes, and some people are no. You might have $1,000 bill in your pocket. You about to pull out and give it to them. They said, no, I'm not interested in no extra money. So you keep your $1,000, go give it to somebody else. Those are the two simple things that we do over and over and over and over again. And when you land in those spots of RVP and RVP Gold and RVP Platinum and SVP and SVPP, your residual check will be something that is truly amazing. Truly, truly, truly amazing. Okay, so let's Let's talk about if you had $1 million in the bank at a 1% interest, 1% interest, I think you're doing 10,000 a year. 10,000 a year is about $800 a week. I mean, a month. So $800 a month is the same thing as having what? $1 million in the bank pulling up 1% interest. We're talking about residual checks much higher than that. So get excited about the future. And Greg said that was one of the things. He also said that if you're not going where you want to go, it's because you don't want to get there bad enough. He said you may have a why on your list. Your why might be, I have a why on my list. I had to ask myself when the call was over, how bad do I want that? Am I just saying I want something, or how bad? I'll ask the question. Mr. Thomas asked him a real good question. He said, we got some people on the call there working on their promotions and they're having a tough time. And he said, Al, can I talk to them straight up? Can I give them a harsh dose of what it takes to get to the top? And one of the things that he mentioned was, how bad do you want it? So we had Mr. Provenzano on last week on Monday, and today we're going to bring a couple other folks on, and these are going to be some short interviews.
Get away from these people that's in your life that ain't doing nothing. Get away from people in your life that's hating. Get away from your family members that ain't ever opened a business. Get away from your family members that ain't ever followed their dreams. Get away from your family members that ain't never been nowhere but to the family reunion. Get away from them. Get away from them. I had to do it. When I told everybody I was getting into comedy, man, oh, Lord have mercy. You can't get into comedy. You ain't even funny. How you gonna make money telling jokes? Now, in the beginning, it looked like they was right. I never gave up.
So that was a lesson to me, and it kind of married with what Greg said last week. It married with what Greg said last week. He talked about what do you want, and then if you could want something, but something else may be stopping you. And I'm almost $100 to a dime that they have your last name. Okay, they have your last name, and they think they're going to save you from. I don't know what this is about. They think they're saving you. So that's one of the things that will stop a person from getting to the top of the comp plan. And remember to share this with your team, because it's probably the same thing that's causing them some chagrin as well. Okay, so now I have another video. This is from a guy that's been around a while. You guys know him. And this video will fit well with what Steve Harvey just talked about. And he has some other examples, but this one will fit in with Steve Harvey. And this is the gasoline that gets you through those moments. There's two young men here, and these two guys have done okay. Okay, don't feel sorry for them. I know one guy's passed away, Steve Jobs. He opened up a company called Apple. He worked really hard. They fired him, and then he went away and started up a Pixel, and then they came back. They had to hire him back again to get Apple going. And we have to admit that is a very, very big company. We have products that work. Some of his products work on our network. So this is Steve Jobs, and he has something to say. And the guy next to him is Bill Gates. They were competitors at first, good friends later. But he started a small company out of Seattle called Microsoft. And the audience at this college was just asking them, what did it take to get to where you guys are right now? Now, let's go. Let's listen to what he had to say.
People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true. And the reason is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up. It's really hard, and you have to do it over a sustained period of time. So if you don't love it, if you're not having fun doing it, and you don't really love it, you're going to give up. And that's what happens to most people, actually. If you really look at the ones that ended up, being successful, unquote, in the eyes of society, and the ones that didn't, oftentimes it's the ones that are successful loved what they did so they could persevere when it got really tough. And the ones that didn't love it quit because they're sane, right? Who would want to put up with this stuff if you don't love it? So it's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of worrying constantly. And if you don't love it, you're going to fail. So you got to love it. You got to have passion. And I think that's the high order bit. The second thing is you've got to be a really good talent scout, because no matter how smart you are, you need a team of great people, and you've got to figure out how to size people up fairly quickly, make decisions without knowing people too well. and hire them and, see how you do and refine your intuition and be able to help, build an organization that can eventually just, build itself, because you need great people around you.
So what do we learn from that? We learned two things. Steve Harvey, the very first thing I'm telling you now, if somebody says, if they won't answer your call, won't get back with you, somebody they know has told them something won't work. They told them the electric car won't ever get off the ground, to always be gasoline. They told them that they'll never bring toilets inside the house because that needs to be outside. They'll say, what is running water? Go to the well and get some water. Why would you need running water? They would say, to light a candle, why would you bring electricity in here? We heard a house burn down. They will say, I remember when I'm old enough to remember when they put cruise control on cars. People wouldn't buy the cars with cruise control. They said, if I buy one of those and I hit the wrong button, the car might take off and go across the field and kill everybody. They wouldn't buy cars with power brakes. If a car had a power, anybody old enough to remember power brakes, they would scare it because these things are touchy. What about power steering? When power steering came out, it was easy for you to park the car, but they said, if you get on the road, this thing is the steering wheel don't feel right. There are always going to be naysayers about everything under the sun. I don't care. They're looking for something to be a naysayer about. It's just what happens. And then when you get to the top of the comp plan and you're earning the $15 or $20 or $30,000 a month, they're going to look Mr. Douglas Wolf right in the face in Sacramento, and they're going to tell him he was lucky. They're going to look at Jamar Sharp, and they're going to say, Jamar, I know I should have got in with you, but you were lucky. They're going to tell you you're lucky. All it is, I have a different feel on that. In this network marketing and our business and our company specifically, we chose this company specifically. Okay, we weren't recruited. We chose this company. We needed a leader, and so we called Al, and he agreed to help us. Okay, and I'm telling you right now, you won't see this again. You won't see this again. If someone thinks they can start this up and get it going, you won't see this again on services that people got to pay anyway. You won't see it again. And you were in it before they went to chapter 2. We had chapter 1. It took 30 years to build a platform or get a base going. And now we reopened in the United States and reopened in all the countries around the world, but this time with a strong base. Y'all won't be able to imagine what this turns into. So the thing you got to do is put up with those families. They're still your uncle, still your mama, still your daddy. Put up with them. And it may look like they're right. That's what Steve Harvey said. At the beginning, they looked like they were right. Okay? So that's what he said. And Steve Jobs said, you need passion. So this is what the passion is. Your passion is for helping people. Your passion is to help people. If you help people to get what they want, then you'll get what you want. So if you look at the passion, what do I need the passion for? The passion for the company, yeah, it's a great company, all that. It's good. I made that mistake because I said that because I need to be working out with people, getting people what they want. Okay, the company's going to do what the company's going to do. It's going to do what it's going to do. And hopefully I will be worth what 2 ACNs is worth one day. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. I want you to not pay attention to people with your last name and your friends. And number 2, I want you to develop the passion for something that you want, which is helping other people to get what they want so that you can get what you want. If you don't want something, Jimmy Dick told me to borrow his wild list. He wanted to live in a custom home. This is what he said. Now, I'm going to tell you, he told me, borrow my why until you get your why. He said he wanted to live in a custom home. That's his home he built with the deed in the safe deposit box. Okay, the deed in the safe deposit box. So there's no payments on it. So borrow something like that to get you going. That's all I have, Mr. Thomas. I'll turn the floor back over to you. Thank you very much.